Most people don't ruin their lives by making terrible decisions. They ruin them by making comfortable ones. Nothing dramatic happens, nothing breaks, nothing goes obviously wrong. Years simply pass quietly and without resistance. And one day, often much later, you look back and realize you are far below the person you could have been. Not because you failed, not because you lacked talent, but because you never fully pushed yourself when it mattered. That is what makes the comfort zone so dangerous. It doesn't threaten you. It doesn't scare you. It doesn't feel like a problem. It feels reasonable, responsible, even mature. You tell yourself you're being realistic, that you don't need to push so hard anymore, that you're fine where you are. But what you're really saying is that you've stopped growing. The comfort zone is not a place where you rest temporarily. It's a place where your potential slowly expires. And the scariest part is that it never announces itself as danger. There is no warning signal, no moment where alarms go off. It simply lowers your standards over time, narrows your world, and quietly convinces you that this is just who you are now. Growth, however, does not stop without consequences. When you stop stretching yourself, your inner world begins to shrink. Curiosity fades. Confidence weakens. Your sense of meaning becomes thinner. Not all at once, but gradually. So gradually that you hardly notice it happening. This is why so many people feel strangely empty despite living comfortable lives. On paper, everything is fine. There is no crisis, no obvious suffering. And yet something feels missing. A quiet dissatisfaction that doesn't go away, no matter how much comfort you add. In this video, we're not going to talk about motivation, productivity, or forcing yourself to do more. We're going to talk about something deeper. How the comfort zone slowly reshapes your identity over time. Why staying comfortable disconnects you from your potential. And how to step back into growth without destroying your life or burning yourself out. Because the comfort zone doesn't destroy you with pain. It destroys you with comfort. From a psychological perspective, your brain is not designed for growth. It's designed for survival. Comfort signals safety, familiarity signals predictability, and predictability lowers risk. So when your brain detects comfort, it sends a clear message: stay here, this is safe. And when it detects uncertainty or challenge, it sends another message: be careful. This could cost energy, status, or security. This means your brain will always prefer what is familiar over what is meaningful. Not because you're lazy or unmotivated, but because familiarity feels safe. And in modern life, this system has become completely distorted. Comfort no longer protects you from real danger. It protects you from boredom, effort, discomfort, and uncertainty. And those are exactly the conditions growth requires. So the comfort zone slowly turns into a psychological cage. Inside it, nothing feels urgent and nothing feels threatening, but nothing truly changes either. At first, this feels fine, but over time, something subtle begins to shift. Your tolerance for discomfort decreases. Small challenges start to feel overwhelming. Effort feels heavier than it should. And you begin avoiding situations that stretch you, not because you can't handle them, but because you've stopped training that ability. What most people don't realize is that the comfort zone doesn't just affect behavior, it reshapes identity. Your identity is built through evidence, and every time you act, your brain takes notes. When you consistently avoid discomfort, your brain quietly forms conclusions about who you are. That you avoid challenge, that you retreat when things get hard, that growth isn't something you do. These beliefs are rarely conscious. They don't feel like decisions, they feel like facts. And once they're installed, they start guiding your behavior automatically. This is why the comfort zone is so dangerous. Not because it keeps you comfortable, but because it teaches you who you are. Over time, people begin confusing comfort with happiness. But comfort and fulfillment are not the same thing. Comfort numbs. Fulfillment requires engagement. Comfort keeps life predictable. Fulfillment demands risk. Comfort keeps you stable. Fulfillment changes you. And when you stay comfortable for too long, something strange happens. You begin feeling restless, bored, and dissatisfied, even though nothing is obviously wrong. This isn't a coincidence. Psychologically, humans need challenge to feel alive. We need resistance. We need friction. Without it, the mind stagnates. This is why people who avoid discomfort often experience anxiety or a dull sense of emptiness, even when their life looks fine on paper. Their nervous system isn't receiving a growth signal. There's no sense of progression, only repetition. And repetition without growth slowly drains meaning from life. Here's the paradox. The longer you stay in your comfort zone, the more uncomfortable growth becomes. Your tolerance for uncertainty weakens. Discomfort feels more intense than it should. This creates a vicious cycle. You avoid discomfort, your tolerance drops, discomfort feels worse, and so you avoid it even more. Eventually, even small changes feel intimidating, not because they are, but because your nervous system has forgotten how to handle them. This is why people say things like, I used to be more confident, or I don't know what happened to me, or I feel stuck, but I don't know why. What happened is simple. You stopped challenging yourself in meaningful ways, and your mind adapted to that reality. Growth doesn't require chaos or constant suffering. It requires intentional discomfort, the kind that stretches you without overwhelming you. Psychologically, growth happens at the edge of competence, not where things are easy and not where they are unbearable, but where they require effort, attention, and presence. That edge is where identity evolves. Every time you step slightly beyond what feels comfortable, your brain receives a new signal that you can handle this, that you don't collapse under pressure, that you grow when things are hard. Over time, these signals rewrite identity. And as identity shifts, comfort stops feeling like safety. Stagnation starts to feel uncomfortable instead. And this is the real goal. Not to hate comfort, but to outgrow it. To reach a point where staying the same feels more painful than changing. And this doesn't require dramatic life overhauls. It requires small, consistent decisions that introduce controlled discomfort. Speaking up when you would normally stay silent, starting before you feel ready. Sitting with boredom instead of escaping it, doing the hard thing first instead of last. Each of these moments sends a message to your nervous system. You are capable. And over time, that message becomes identity. The comfort zone loses its grip not because you force yourself out of it, but because you no longer belong there. If you feel stuck right now, don't ask what you need to add to your life. Ask what comfort you're protecting, because the comfort zone never announces itself as a problem. It feels like safety until one day you realize it quietly cost you years. If you want more psychology-based insights into how the mind shapes behavior, identity, and growth, consider subscribing to Beyond the Mind. In the next video, we'll talk about how identity can be intentionally reshaped and how to become a different person without waiting for motivation. I'll see you there.